Hey friends, it's Mark! Sex tech can get really weird. Not that I tried it. That's the subject of a lively interview I had with multimedia journalist Christopher Trout. Christopher has explored the future of sex firsthand for his column and web series Computer Love. This interview was taken live at my monthly comedy show Internet Explorers, where I explore and demystify the internet using comedy. This show was all about sex stuff. Enjoy.
Man, how are you doing right now?
Great, this is quite the show.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. It's also my birthday show.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You having cream pie later?
Am I having a cream pie later?
Yeah.
So, Chris, Christopher, you're a self-proclaimed techno-sexual guinea pig.
Yeah, I wrote that in a bio somewhere.
Yeah, I just thought it was the greatest. I think it was in the first paragraph of the article that I was reading, and I just was like, that is the best term I've ever seen to describe yourself.
Yeah.
So I assume what that means is that you are down to trying new things in the tech and sex space. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I've written about sex and technology for a while now.
Okay.
And my thought on the subject is deeply personal subject, right? So
Sure, yeah.
I like to experience the things before I talk about them because I think that's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to dig in here and talk about some of your favorite experiences, but I also want to I want to hear some of your weirdest experiences. Yeah.
Okay. You have a question?
That's the question. What are some of your favorite experiences? What are some of your weirdest experiences?
Well, I think most of them are weird. I wouldn't say that I have a lot of favorite experiences because I'm trying a lot of this technology. Well, I mean, outside of the work I do, but I don't know that it's all that exciting the first time because usually it's new technology, right, that I'm trying out.
Sure.
And usually, just like any other technology, there are hiccups and bugs that need to be worked out, and oftentimes the coupling of sex and technology is way more awkward than it is sexy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was like 6 months ago, I tested out a teledildonics rig. Do you guys know what teledildonics are? It's hard to say.
It's a cool word. It's a very cool word.
It is. The concept's been around since 1974, but it really only began to take off really recently for multiple reasons that we could go into, but probably don't need to.
Okay.
But basically what it is it's so if you had a vibrator and I had a sex sleeve, we could basically, through the power of the internet, have virtual sex with each other.
Very cool.
Right? So my sex sleeve would control your vibrator and vice versa.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Well, it works.
We'll
try it out sometime. Yeah, after the cream pie.
I'll have my cream pie later. Is that what you said, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You missed that?
No, I wanted to make sure if I was being weird or no. Okay.
No, I think I was.
No. We're in the Lower East Side.
Oh, things get weird here, huh?
Things get weird here.
Okay.
At least half this audience goes to House of Yes regularly.
What is that?
Oh, you're from California.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Oh, House of Yes is a sex-positive dance rave that happens.
Well, good for you guys.
Yeah, it's cool. There's an episode. Yeah, it's good. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so about 6-ish months ago, or maybe longer, I don't know, I had virtual sex with a Colombian cam star while she was in Colombia, and I was in California.
Okay.
And it took about half an hour the first time to realize that it just wasn't going to work. We had like a team of IT people watching the video. We had the PR woman who was also...
What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, given I was not on camera, she was on camera, I was off camera. She had the vibrator, I had the sex sleeve. But it was like, trying to work with an IT guy while you're also trying to have sex with somebody. Kind of an uncomfortable experience.
Absolutely.
The other thing about this is that they only had female performers, and I haven't had sex with a woman since college. So.
Sure. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's... Okay, so it didn't work out just for all of for a plethora of reasons.
Right, and I'm imagining it had something to do with internet connections because you really have to have high bandwidth
Oh
in
my
order for these things to work.
Yeah, I love. Is the oh wow. Okay, so I just had this kind of image and sensation that was kind of
sounds strange.
Yeah, wow. It's a strange night for my life.
Yeah.
And basically the idea of a sex sleeve that kind of just like rapidly buffers.
Yeah, so it was. So once it finally.
Whoa! Wait, did I lose you? Oh!
It wasn't quite like that. Didn't quite work out that way. It was like the first time didn't happen. I had to have a couple conversations with IT people and the PR person.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I have another meeting after this. So,
this sounds like it really just was not set up for
yep,
success.
signed off, washed my hands, and went back to work.
Wow.
And so like a couple of weeks later, we rescheduled the meeting. I mean, like really, you take tech demos all the time in the business that I'm in, right?
Okay, sure.
This just happens to be a little bit different.
Okay.
And it's a lot more sensitive in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, we sat down for the second go around, and the things worked. The problem being, though, just like any other voice over, internet protocol, which is basically Skype or FaceTime at this point, there's lag, right? So like when you're talking to your grandma in whatever, I don't know where your grandma lives, and she's like glitching out a little bit. That was what was going on with me and this very, very nice woman in Colombia. And she was stroking the vibrator, and then this giant machine, it's called the 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 launch, has a fleshlight inside, and it's a big kind of canister thing that you hold onto with like a handle. And it finally, like, I was like, this isn't working again. I've gotten myself all worked up in multiple ways to get this thing out the door. And she said, we'll try this. And I tried it, and it was like, bam! Like, this thing hit really hard, right? And it was like, oh my God, this is really intense. And she was like stroking the vibrator, and the thing was just hitting me over and over again, like pretty intensely. Like it was the suction was good, the friction was great, like whatever, but there was that lag. There was that same FaceTime lag.
I love that so much. I have so
yeah.
I love two things. One, the fleshlight launch sounds like a cleaning product for a fleshlight.
Right.
Get the cum out.
Well, I mean, like, it felt accurate. It felt like it made sense in the moment.
Wow, what a launch!
Yeah,
okay.
And on the other side, the vibrator is called the fuse.
Okay, fuse. That sounds futuristic. Yeah.
Sure, it's fine. It is what it is.
A lot of fire in both of those, too, though. That's unsafe.
Fuse,
I don't know. I
fuse,
mean, nothing
launch.
lit on fire.
That's good.
Yet.
Yeah.
The other thing I really liked is when you were like, the friction was good, and now I'm just imagining this whole vocabulary that you have to use, like kind of like a sommelier almost, would be like.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I upset a lot of people at Verizon Media by talking about the things that I talked about, the way that I talked about them, because I'm also I'm not very shy about my language,
Oh,
let's call a fuck a fuck.
Right, no, absolutely. Fuck
Yeah.
is a great word, and it should be used.
Right.
So wait, is Verizon Media the owner of your previous employment?
Yeah, so
Okay, cool.
Engadget was owned by AOL. AOL bought Engadget in I don't remember how long ago, but Engadget then became a part of a greater thing called Oath that was Yahoo and AOL, so two dinosaurs.
Wow.
And then Verizon bought both of those companies at some point, whatever. It's now Verizon Media.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have, as I expected, we're running out of time.
Uh-huh.
I do want to hear were there any pieces of technology that we should be on the lookout for when it comes to teledildonics? Is there anything out there that's like going to really shake it up?
Well, I think it's going to take time, but I will say that I had one experience with teledildonics that was 100% better than that experience.
Okay.
So there was a different device called the Pearl and Onyx, these two devices that spoke to each other. And I was doing some research about these devices on YouTube and found a performer who fucked himself with one, like Ouroboros.
Okay.
You know?
Like a what?
Ouroboros. It's the snake that eats its own tail.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The Ouroboros.
So I did that, and I can't tell you like the sort of like actualization of being able to fuck yourself is something truly special.
Christopher Trout, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see him later after the first half. Thank you so much. That was what a lovely...
What a perfect way to end an interview. Mwah. Christopher, what a joy. To check out more of his work, head over to ChristopherTrout.com, and to catch the next Internet Explorers, head over to InternetExplorers.live. Please subscribe for more videos where I explore and demystify technology using comedy and enjoy myself dancing while things pop up on the screen.